Hi everyone, welcome to the Leaders Academy. Let's solve few more questions on section E of part 1 of CMA USA course. Let's get into the question. The basic concepts implicit in internal accounting controls include the following. The cost of the system should not exceed benefits expected to be attained. The overall impact of the control procedure should not hinder operating efficiency. Which one of the following recognizes these two factors? Option A, limitations. Option B, management responsibility. Option C, methods of data processing. Option D, reasonable assurance. They are speaking about internal accounting controls. Basically understand this much. They are speaking about internal controls, right? So when we are creating some internal controls, what are those two factors which we will concentrate on? Means we are creating the internal controls, right? Just because we are creating internal control is never going to be perfect. Means we can't achieve the end. In internal control we can't achieve the top, which means this is the final control which we can do. Above this we don't have anything. We can't do like that. It depends on organization to organization. There will be one organization which is going to be very small. There will be one organization which is going to be very small, and there will be another organization which is going to be very big. Here only 10 to 50 employees will be working, and here 10,000 to 50,000 employees will be working. But both of them, both this small organization as well as big organization is in need of this internal accounting controls. At that time, what are those two things which they are going to concentrate? First thing, whatever the cost they are going to implement, it will not exceed the benefits expected. Means I am going to spend 100 rupees, correct? So I should get a good benefit, more than 100 rupees, but I am getting a benefit of 100 rupees and I am spending 200 rupees. This is not good for the small organization, correct? This is the first point. Next, overall impact of the control procedure should not hinder operating efficiency, which means it should not be a troublesome. Okay, whatever the control procedure you are going to apply, it should be feasible, it should be easy to adopt, correct? It should not be a troublesome. That is another thing. So to concentrate on these things, these two factors, which one of this following is going to recognize these two factors is the question, correct? Easily you can tell the answer is going to be the reasonable assurance. I'll tell you why. Answer is going to be the reasonable assurance. Why? Because first thing, we are not going to achieve the absolute assurance or a guaranteed assurance. We are just going to achieve the reasonable assurance, which means it will work on our cost and benefit analysis. First thing we will see that, and it is not hindering our operating efficiency. It is not giving any trouble to our operations, correct? We should concentrate on these two things. That two things will be concentrated in the reasonable assurance in the internal accounting controls. That's why this is the answer. And limitations, if we concentrate on limitations, we will not achieve our internal controls. That's why this is not the answer. Management responsibility, this is absolutely there, and management responsibility is not related to this cost and benefit analysis and hindering of the operating efficiency. Okay, these two factors will be recognized by reasonable assurance. Remember, reasonable assurance means the cost of the system should not exceed benefits expected to be attained, and the overall impact of the control procedure should not hinder the operating efficiency. I hope you got that. If you have understood this question, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to our channel for more and more educational content.